Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talking Reds, and it is Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Because it is Christmas, though, what does Christmas bring you? It brings you joy. And in this episode, we're going through the top 5 players that have brought me the most joy as a Liverpool fan in the last 30 years. I was about 31 years I've been supporting Liverpool. So, what top 5? You might have a different top 5 to me. You might be younger than me. You might be older than me. So, you've got much more experience of watching players, or you've not watched as many players. So, what top 5 players in your lifetime you've watched as a Liverpool fan has given you the most joy? I'm going to go through players, and I'll give my top 5 at the end. I'm going to go through random players. So the obvious ones, the top two is Gerrard and Salah at the moment, giving the most joy. I think Gerrard was just a star amongst just the only star in the night. The only star in the night. When you're looking up and you want to see some stars and you see one star on its own, that is Steven Gerrard. He was just the joy this man gave me. It's hard to explain because the lack of belief I had in that team, in those teams that Gerrard played in. It's not like now where sometimes you expect to win. You didn't expect to win anything back then. But with Steven Gerrard in your team, you can still expect to win. If it wasn't for Steven Gerrard, you wouldn't have any hope as a Liverpool fan back then. I think that's the difference between when you're going to get comparisons between Salah and Gerrard, who's the greatest Liverpool player of all time. That's the difference between Gerrard and Salah. It's not Salah's fault that he's playing in a better team. But I think just Gerrard being there and just having that ability to drag teams through, no matter who he played with around him, to drag teams through and somehow make us win a game or make us win us something. We won trophies under this guy, despite having shit players around him. This guy just did it by himself half the time. Like, you can't even explain. Like, the Gerrard final in the FA Cup final was just absolute proof of how important this guy was. The 2 goals and then the assist. The goal in the last minute, like, you're 3-2 down. With the guys on the guy on the soundboard just said 5 minutes at a time. Any other team, if Gerrard went on that pitch, you're like, yo, well, I've lost. There's no point even watching this. I still watch it, but you'd think like that. Turn it off. Turn it the fuck off. Because Gerrard's on that pitch, you're like, we've still got a chance here. We've got Steven Gerrard, and fuck me, we had a chance because Steven Gerrard equalised. And what an equaliser it was, cramp and all. So, before getting to Mohamed Salah, Steven Gerrard is just the joy this guy brought me. The Olympiacos goal, what I was at 15, 16, I screamed the roof down, screaming like a little girl, if I'm honest. I just think single-handedly Gerrard brought me a lot of joy as a Liverpool fan. And any Liverpool fan that watched in that era, grew up in that era, of that Gerrard Lampard Scholes era sort of thing, you know how much joy Gerrard brought you and how much faith you had in the team because of him being in that team. You wouldn't have had that faith if he wasn't in that team. I'm absolutely certain. So Mohamed Salah, what joy has this guy brought me? And he's still bringing me. Mohamed Salah, the greatest player in the league right now, the greatest player in the world right now. He started bringing me joy as soon as he came here. As soon as he came here, he broke the goal record in the first season. I still remember that season very, very vividly and how good he was that season. He was just, wow. The goals against Watford, the Christmas, about Christmas time, wasn't it? He scored that actually against Watford. I just remember that season so much, and then beating Roma, scoring that wonderful goal against Roma. Oh, he's brought me so much joy. He's brought me so much joy, and he's still doing that. Yes, even like the other day against Tottenham, still scoring 2 goals and getting assists. It's just sensational to watch. Some of the individual goals I remember is obviously Chelsea goal. I was in a pub at that point, eating, and I absolutely screamed the roof down in the pub. I didn't give a shit. Okay, for watching, what a goal, Salah. The goal against Man City, the one where he took all the players on. The goal against Man City again when he spanned Cancelo. The goal against Manchester United, the one that practically won us the league. He's brought so much joy. He's brought so much joy. What a player, and what a pleasure. What a pleasure. Whether he goes this season or not, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch Mohamed Salah. Absolute pleasure. And I'm sure every single Liverpool fan says this right now. What a joy to watch Mohamed Salah. One of the greatest team players to ever play for us. One of the greatest players to ever play for Liverpool Football Club. And he's continuing to do it. Pay him what he wants. Give him a 10-year contract. Give him a 20-year contract. I don't give a shit. This guy's sensational. Brings me so much joy. So, other players apart from Steven Gerrard and Salah, I think they're the obvious two. I think they're probably everyone's top two. Whichever way around you want to put them, I think everyone will put them as top two. So, other players that have brought me a lot of joy. My first favourite player as a Liverpool fan. I grew up I started watching football in 92, 93. And so I caught like the late part of Ian Rush, the late part of John Barnes. John Barnes is my dad's favourite player. I've said this a couple of times now on this channel. He's up there with Gerrard and Salah for my dad. But unfortunately, I didn't watch him enough to have him to bring me that, to put him in this list. I watched him, sensational, but not enough. I didn't see him in prime Barnes. I didn't see enough of him. So my first favourite player, though, and it pains me to say because of what he did in the end of the career, he went on to Real Madrid and he went to Man United in the end. Michael Owen. Michael Owen was my first favourite player, I'd say. No, Manaman was. I liked McAteer, but proper, I think, yeah, Manaman maybe. My first shirt I ever got was Michael Owen. The first player I got on the back of a shirt was Michael Owen. That prime Michael Owen, that Michael Owen at Liverpool was like out of this world, immense. Like a striker that was so confident at that age and just knew he was going to score no matter what. The FA Cup final against Arsenal ran us. They were just miles better than us. And Owen, just being Owen, scored the 2 goals. Clinical finishes. Again, like the Gerrard thing, where if you've got a player like that on the pitch, no matter how shit everyone's around you, how bad you've been as a team, you've still got a chance with someone like Michael Owen on the pitch. What a player. The goal against Argentina for England, I was proud as a Liverpool fan to say is one of our players. That goal against Argentina. At that moment, I was just proud to be a Liverpool fan because the people like him representing us. What a player. Honestly, one of the best finishers I've ever seen. His injuries and him going to Real Madrid and his injuries, what a player he could have been. It's probably one of the careers that you look back on and think he could have been like up there with the best strikers of all time conversations, like your R9s, like your Suarez's. You know, he could have been on those conversations, but because of the injuries and the moving to Real Madrid and then getting injured back when he came to Newcastle, it killed it. It killed it. If you think of it, stay for Liverpool, could have been. It's just one of them. What would have been in terms of the joy he's given me. It just made me love football. It made me love football back then. Just that young and that confident and that just the eliteness of him, the speed of him, and just everything about him just made me love football. Matt Manaman's another one. Like I said just before, Matt Manaman's another one. And again, we went to Real Madrid, betrayed us. But what a player. This player could play left, right, cam, wherever across the front three. Just wherever in that midfield three there, he could play anywhere. Yeah, he's calling spider legs. He's just, he couldn't tackle him. He's so quick with his legs. He just dribbled past people for fun. What a versatile player. Back then you don't really get versatile players, but he was one of them, one of few. And again, he's another player that probably would suit recent years because of his technical ability. He probably won't like recent years, like Pep Guardiola days, because it's all about passing. He was good at passing, but he was more of a dribbler, more like trying to take people on and stuff. I love that. It's a shame we've lost that sort of directness in the Premier League as much. There's a few out there that do it, but I want to see a bit more. I want to see players like McManaman a bit more coming into the game. McManaman's another player that got me a lot of joy. But would they be my top 5? Would Owen and McManaman go in my top 5? Ooh, that's close. That's close. Recent games, recent players probably sticking into my mind more in terms of joy because of the success we've had. And a lot of the success I watched growing up was mainly down to Gerrard. Funnily enough, Alisson Becker. I've got to shout Alisson Becker out. This guy has given me calmness. I've never got to the point where the last best keeper we've had was Reina, and I don't think he was nowhere near the level Alisson Becker was. I've never felt so relaxed with a keeper in net. I've never felt so relaxed. I won't say relaxed in terms of I'm never relaxed, but I won't feel so confident with no matter how much the ball goes through the defence or whatever. We've got him in net. I'm confident he makes the save. Well, not 100% confident, but much more confident, more relaxed that in previous goalkeepers. I'm always ready for goalkeepers to make mistakes and stuff, always. But Alisson Becker is he's given me a lot of joy just because it just makes it easier. It makes it easier to rely on our keeper. It really does. 1-on-1, sensational. Unbelievable saves from incredible shots. Keeping teams out when just even if it's like 1 or 2 saves he makes a game, it's unbelievable saves. It saves like when he didn't have a lot to do all game, but he somehow comes out with a fucking world-class save and keeps you in the game or makes you win the game because of him. So yeah, I think Alisson Becker has a shout of being top 5 for him. Give me the most joy. Definitely. Absolutely, definitely. Divock Origi? I think moments. Yeah, potentially, potentially just because of the moments. I'm thinking like Newcastle last minute goal, Everton goal, Champions League goal, Champions League against Barcelona goals. In terms of giving the most joy in moments, especially if you talk about moments, Origi has to be up there. As mad as it sounds, it giving like a consistent amount of it. In terms of being down and out and he got a winner in the last minute or something. He's done it quite a few times. So would Origi be up there? I don't want to put him in top 5 though, because that's a bit disrespectful to everyone else. Sadio Mane definitely has to be up there. Enjoy this guy's giving me again important goals. Just the way he drives with the ball, where he's down on the ground, and it's much more direct than Salah is in terms of going to the goal. I mean, what a player! Just from the moment he signed for us, the debut against Arsenal on the right wing, sensational, absolutely sensational. One of the best players, in fact, one of the best players I've had at the club on and off the pitch. Apologise. What a player! Sadio Mane's got to be up there, top 5. Some incredible moments. Edit this out. So yeah, Sadio Mane is definitely up there in the top 5 for me. I do above Owen and McManaman. That's a tricky one. It's got to be. Sadio Mane's just been joy to watch. Also, a delightful person as well on and off the pitch. He is a big reason why we won what we won. Massive reason. Yes, Salah scores a lot of goals, but Mane was a key part of everything that we did. He scored important goals, very important goals. When Mohamed Salah wasn't feeling it, he was the one that stepped up. Especially in the Premier League winning season, he was just incredible, absolutely incredible. So Sadio Mane to get top 5 for me, it's a possibility. Another one I've got to shout out in terms of those ones around there was Firmino. Bobby Firmino is. I didn't have the pleasure of watching someone like Gerrard live, unfortunately, when I was a kid. But Bobby Firmino is the best player I've watched live. What a player to watch. Honestly, watch him from the sidelines, right? Just watch him not even having the ball and on the ball as well. He's just so talented and such an overlooked, underrated player that without Firmino, we don't see Salah and Mane do what they do. We don't. He was the system. And to be a player that is that good, he played up front, and he wasn't really a striker. And to have the effect that he did, it's just an absolute credit to the player he is. He was the system. And when he left, it was a massive, massive hole to replace. Massive hole. Robert Firmino, man. Just not even just the goals that he scored, or just the little flicks he did and little moments that he had on the ball, little passes he made, the vision of him, the little intricate ways of playing between him and Salah. Wow. Yeah, Firmino is definitely the best player I've ever watched live, and absolute. And Salah and Mane was on the pitch at that point, but he was something else. He was literally something else as a footballer. Pleasure to watch, absolute pleasure to watch. And so for me, he's got to be top 5, just because I think he's one of the most talented players I've ever watched at Liverpool. Another player again for talent, Luis Suarez. The moments again, like Gerrard. If you want for Luis Suarez that season, won't even have any faith of any games. Especially that 13-14 season. Wow, what a player. Luis Suarez. The goals he scored as well. Like, what even just like, he scored a lot of goals. He scored fucking lot of good goals. So it's got to be in with a shout. I think my favourite goal from Luis Suarez, right? People think the Norwich goals, people think the free kicks, the Man United goals, the one where he makes the player then sort of count it online, didn't count. But yeah, but my favourite goal for Luis Suarez was the Newcastle one, where he controlled it on his shoulder, long ball at the top. The thing is, he had one glance up, but he didn't look at it when it was about to contact him. He took one glance up and he knew it was coming down, and he literally just on his shoulder, which is ridiculous. But not only to control it, I know 95% of players, if they controlled that, they wouldn't have done what they did after. The sheer audacity to control it, and then the same movement practically, as soon as it hit the ground, to get it round the keeper and then in. 95% of players would have controlled that and thought, fuck me, I've just done that. But to literally straight away, boom, boom, one touch round the keeper, that's something. The reason why it's one of my favourite Suarez goal ever is not many players can do that. A lot of players can do long range shots. A lot of players can score the goals he scored against Norwich. A lot of players can score free kicks. Not many players can do what he did in that goal. Not many players at all. The control on the shoulder, the touch around the keeper, the calmness. It was just like it was nothing, and it was like, what have I just seen? Wow. Luis Suarez is definitely up there in terms of the joy that it's given me as a footballer, as a Liverpool fan. Yeah, definitely up there. Trent, Van Dijk, 2 more players that should be up there. Van Dijk is just absolute pleasure to watch again. Just the way he glides around is just absolute calm. It's just, the best centre back I've ever seen in this league. The ability to just easily defend against players. Like, it makes it look easy at times. I can't think who it was against. The one time when he was a long ball at the top, and he sort of, did he head it? I can't think what he did. I think he headed it over a player as a first touch, and then just got it on the other side of him. It's like, what? Normal defenders just edit it away or something like that. This guy just purposely headed it over the player to control on the other side, like nothing. Like the player like the player's like, what? On the first touch, like, what the pleasure to watch. Rolls Royce, just a complete defender. Going on Trent Alexander-Arnold, some of the passing he's done, some of the free kicks he's scored. I mean, the last minute goal, I can't think it was against who scored the last minute goal against. About last minute goals, Alisson Becker, last minute goal against West Brom. That has to be up there. Has to be up there in terms of the moment as well. So, yeah, Alisson Becker, you got another shout on there. Trent Alexander-Arnold, what a pleasure again to watch. One of my favourite Liverpool players ever. The passing techniques, the ability. I love players that have technique like that. I love players that can just have the ball and just spray it around, pinpoint. I love that ability to pass. Some of the passes he's done and all, they are volley passes. Just whoa. As a football fan alone, it's beautiful to watch. Beautiful to watch. So, my top 5 then. Other shout outs in the past for me, Carragher sort of gets a little bit of a shout. Ippy as well. Zabi Alonso, a couple of moments, but not enough to give him the most joy. I think the top 2, Steven Gerrard's got to be number 1 for me. Steven Gerrard's got to be number 1 for me because it's the reason why we even won games half the time. They're the reason why I had faith in the team winning any games at certain times. Mohamed Salah, number 2. This is the greatest Liverpool players of all time. This is the most joy that they've given me as a Liverpool fan. So Steven Gerrard, number 1. Mohamed Salah, number 2. Number 3, I'm going to put Bobby Firmino in there. He gave me so much joy just watching him. What a player. Sensational. Number 4, I'm going to go Alisson Becker. He's maybe calmer watching games, knowing that he's in net. And number 5, I'm going to go Sadio Mane. Especially for the league winning season where he was just sensational. Absolutely reliable. Absolutely just out of this world. No ifs, buts or maybes on Sadio Mane. The best player in the world at that point he was. Brilliant. So my top 5 for the most joy a Liverpool player has ever given me: Steven Gerrard, Mohamed Salah, Firmino, Alisson Becker and Sadio Mane. What is your top 5, Reds? If you've got a different top 5, let me know in the comments. Like this video, please. It'll help us out massively. Just a little like, just click a little like on the video. It would help us out massively in terms of growth and just building a community here. We want to be fun for you guys at home. We want to create different kind of content, not just same old content over and over again. We want to create different content all the time for you guys and keep it fresh, keep it entertaining for you guys, okay? I'm trying to be a decent content creator for you guys at home and Liverpool fans. Even if rival fans want to come on as well. Get your likes in, get your comments in, subscribe to the channel, notification bells on as well. Got content out every single day. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great night, Reds, and have a great Christmas.